The drama surrounding Angel Reese has officially reached critical mass. What unfolded on the court during the Chicago Sky's brutal blowout loss wasn't just a bad game, it was a spectacle. A masterclass in what can go wrong when hype collides headfirst with hard reality. If the WNBA needed a cautionary tale, they just got one, wrapped in a stat line and dressed in false swagger. It was supposed to be a moment for the Chicago Sky to rally. Instead, it turned into a public roast, with Angel Reese at the center, handing out basketballs like she was hosting a giveaway. 9 turnovers, not 3, not 5. 9. That's a number that should come with an asterisk and a wellness check. Because at a certain point, it stops being a fluke and starts becoming a diagnosis. And yet, the game wasn't just about turnovers, it was about the unraveling of illusion. The myth of Angel Reese stuff, tenacious, gritty, collapsed and real. Time replaced by something far less inspiring. A player utterly out of sync with the flow of professional basketball. Watching her attempt to facilitate offense was like watching someone try to DJ with a toaster. She wasn't orchestrating. She was fumbling. She wasn't leading. She was losing control of the steering wheel while the rest of the team clung to. Whatever dignity they had left, the turnovers, as catastrophic as they were, only told part of the story. The real issue was how visibly the Sky bent their game plan to accommodate a player who clearly wasn't up to the task. Instead of using her as a scorer, they assigned her the role of facilitator, a polite euphemism for please pass the ball and don't shoot. And even that didn't go well. Every possession with her on the floor felt like a gamble, as if the entire team was trying to complete a jigsaw puzzle while someone kept tossing the pieces into the air. It would be funny if it weren't so tragic. At one point, Angel Reese was a single turnover away from the most humiliating kind of triple-double points, rebounds, and giveaways. That's not basketball history. That's basketball purgatory. And yet, through it all, she continued to play with the same unshakable bravado. Missed layup, flex, poor defensive rotation, talk trash down 20 points, act like you just hit a buzzer beater. The scoreboard may have been screaming for mercy, but her ego was alive and well. What made the whole situation even more surreal was how teammates had to contort their play, just to survive around her. You could see it in the spacing players pulling back, hesitating, clearly avoiding her side of the court like it was radioactive. It wasn't just poor chemistry, it was a clear signal that the rest of the team had adjusted not to her strengths, but to her liabilities. They weren't playing with Angel Reese. They were playing around her. This wasn't a one-off game either. There's a growing pattern here, and fans have started to notice. The box score may scream double-double, but anyone with eyes can see what's really going on. Stat padding. Self-assisted rebounds off bricked shots. Points from sheer volume, not efficiency. Rebounding her own misses doesn't make her dominant. Makes her a cleanup crew for her own messes. And when it comes to passing, the only thing she's facilitating is fast breaks for the opposition. And yet, for reasons no one fully understands, marketing perhaps, or the inertia of early fame, she continues to be sold as the face of the league. But what face, exactly? Because on the court, Angel Reese is less of a leader and more of a caution sign. Want to know how not to run a pick and roll? Watch her. Curious how to kill a fast break in 3 dribbles or less? She's got a whole reel, every move she makes. Every decision, every misread, it's like watching someone try to play professional basketball on a delay. Even her emotional responses have gone from fierce competitor to downright toxic. We're talking double birds to opponents, shouting in faces after failed box outs, and slapping clipboards out of her own coach's hand. That's not passion, that's petulance. And with 7 technical fouls already stacked up, suspension is breathing down her neck like the ghost of accountability. If last season had 44 games, she would have already been beat. Somehow, as the narrative around her keeps spinning, fans point to her averages like they tell the full story, but averages lie, as they hide the chaos. They blur the line between impact and inflation. And Angel Reese is all inflation, empty calories dressed up in high-volume rebounds and garbage time points. Can't build a team around empty stats. You can't win with a player who's constantly the source of the problem and never the solution. In fact, The entire Chicago Sky squad is paying the price for it. The team dynamic has turned into a survival game. Who can play their role while minimizing the damage she creates? The offense stutters. The defense scrambles. And all the while, Reese continues to act like she's carrying the team on her back, when in reality, she's the dead weight they can't unload. Watch her on transition defense, and it becomes painfully clear. There's no urgency, no hustle, just cosmetic motion. It's like watching someone mime effort instead of actually giving it. And here's where the delusion deepens. Opposing teams now actively want the ball in her hands. That's the level we're at. Coaches are praying she touches the ball, knowing full well it's more likely to end in a turnover than a bucket. They bait her like she's the weak link on a rusty chain. And more often than not, the bait works. Still, she walks onto the court, like she's untouchable, dancing through games with the confidence of a player who has earned it but without any of the production to back it up. Her highlights are curated with surgical precision, slow-motion clips of a single rebound or a layup. It's always cutting right before the inevitable turnover. It's all smoke and mirrors. And the coaching staff, they're complicit. They see it. They know. But instead of correcting course, they keep the illusion going, afraid to admit that the franchise centerpiece might actually be a facade, because admitting that means admitting failure. It means rewriting the script that's been force-fed to fans all season long. It means choosing wins over branding and substance over spectacle. And right now, it's clear which one is being prioritized. But at some point, the mask slips. The bloopers pile up. The teammates stop hiding their frustration. And the fans, especially those who actually watch the games and don't just scroll Twitter for stats, they see the truth. That Angel Reese isn't the future of the WNBA. She's the biggest unresolved question it faces. And so the myth of Angel Reese continues to unravel. Thread by painful thread, the rebounds will still come, because of course they will. She plays heavy minutes and stands near the rim. The points will trickle in. 2 if you shoot enough. Eventually, some go in. But the turnovers? The blown possessions? The toxic sideline antics? Those aren't growing pains anymore. They're the main storyline. At the end of the day, the WNBA doesn't need a player who racks up stats in garbage time. It needs a leader, a teammate, someone who makes those around them better. Angel Reese right now is the opposite. She's the storm cloud hanging over the sky. But what do you think? Has Angel Reese been overhyped beyond reason? Or is she just a misunderstood player in a league still trying to find its footing? Do the stats tell the real story? Or is the eye test the only one that matters? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy honest breakdowns, dramatic commentary, and deep dives into the highs and lows of sports, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. Because in this league, the drama is only just beginning.